Welcome to MotoGP Mac. In today's video, we're going to talk about the upcoming race this weekend for the Austrian Grand Prix at the Red Bull Ring. Now, before we get into it, here is the schedule for Friday. Here is the schedule for Saturday. And here is the schedule for Sunday. So finally, racing is back. The summer drought is over, and thank God for that. Back in action this weekend. It is a double header, I believe. So, plenty of MotoGP for the next week or two anyway. But it's all going to be very interesting. Is Mark going to start the second half of the season the way he has done in the first half? Is he going to come out and win it? Well, you'd be kind of silly to bet against it. If you look at it, the last three race results are win-win-win. So it will be interesting. How is Alex going to be is a big question mark. Yes, he's had the injuries and he should be fairly recovered now, but has that dented his confidence slightly? What's going to happen with Pecco? Is Pecco suddenly going to click? Let's wait and see. It's going to be interesting though, watching the rivalry in the Aprilia factory team, and I think it's going to be interesting. Is Bezzecchi going to stay on top of Jorge Martin, or how quick can Martin surpass what Bezzecchi has done? And while no one has really said it, there is still going to be a healthy competition in that team for who is top dog. Yes, okay, we know with Martin's injury, the team are going to be like, he's not going to score enough points to catch Bezzecchi. But, if he comes in and dominates Bezzecchi, then Bezzecchi really is going to be the number 2 rider for next year. So it will be interesting in my view to watch it. The VR46 Ducati boys, there's not a lot of points between them. Still fight on for the rest of the season, but definitely you don't want to finish second to your teammate. How are the KTM going to get on? Their home race, an awful lot of pressure going to be on their riders. They need to pull it out of the bag, and as we know, this weekend's race is really going to be about what bike can really handle heavy braking. So it will be interesting to see. Are the Hondas even going to turn up? They've had a few, let's just call it dodgy races in the last few where they haven't had the best of results. They've had the odd one here and there, but consistent. Are they in the top 10? Also, then we have the Yamahas. What's going to happen here? There is a lot of let's just say acceleration corners. There is some high speed corners as well, which may play into the Yamaha's hands. But there is some hard acceleration zones that I think they're going to be caught. But saying that, someone like Fabio can definitely do a serious job there. We do know that Chantra will not ride this weekend or next weekend. So I believe it's Aleix Espargaro that is in on top of that bike this weekend. How is Ayogura going to go? Bastianini, Jack Miller, who there's a lot of confidence in now going to the factory Yamaha team. There's a lot of talk swirling around that Yamaha are going to end the contract with Rins, or maybe move him down into the Pramac team for next season. So it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. The Pramac team were supposed to announce their team during the mid-season break, but that's been slightly delayed, so there's definitely something happening there. All in all, I really like the Red Bull Ring. Yes, it's not the most interesting circuit in the way of it's very short, but it's very, very fast. And, being a double header, yes, you need to take maximum risk, but you do not want to crash into yourself and miss 2 races on the bounce. All in all, though, for me on Friday, I think it's very hard to look past Mark as fastest man. But I don't always like to follow the normal trend. And what I'm going to come out with is, I think Binder, who needs to have a big weekend at home, is going to be fastest man on Friday. I think he's going to throw in a haymaker and see exactly what happens. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. Who do you think is going to be the fastest man on Friday? And are you giving me a hell yeah that racing is back this weekend? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.